Psycho Gamer Tony coming at you from the deep dark woods, and today we're going to be debuting a new game, Star Trek. So I've been on the search for many, many years to find a good looking Star Trek game, and I think this is probably the best they've come out with yet. So we're going to give it a shot. It's on the PS5, and thank you for joining me as we start this game. Shaped by the choices you make. Alrighty. Isn't that how life is, though? Choices define your path. From Dramatic Labs. Never heard of them.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for
Love me some Star Trek and Star Wars, if you guys know me out there. I am a Trekkie nerd. You ask my wife and she'll say, this guy freaking recites dialogue from episodes. I know it's a problem, but hey, you know, some things you just get into in life.
In this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Ryder. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Just kind of got that Janeway hairdo. If you guys are Trekkies like me, there was a Star Trek Voyager, which was led by Catherine Janeway. Uh-oh. Okay, so they are choice-based. All right, cool. It's just like Telltale series.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
The graphics could be better, you know. I mean, a little cartoony. Looks like you're Andorian. Well, not Andorian, but
I'm on my way to my first assignment.
she could be Bajoran.
I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
Alrighty. So far, not too bad.
Step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Star Trek Resurgence. That's the name of the game. Good old Gene Roddenberry. What a mind he had, huh? The only bummer about this game is, you know, it doesn't have the people I'm used to, you know. It doesn't have the Captain Picards or the Captain Kirks or the, you know, Janeways. You know, this is a whole new crew, so we'll just have to get used to it. Looks like you're a commander. 3 buttons on your shirt means you're a commander.
A star base on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Pretty cool out there, huh?
Commander?
Yep.
I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the academy.
Oh yeah?
No problem, Ensign.
The Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Antares 5.
Ooh, Captain
Anyway,
Kirk would be pissed if you
I
said that
finished
to
in
his
the top
face. He was all
Not
about the
just in my
Kobayashi
class,
Maru
but I mean
maneuvers.
all time in the history of the Academy.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough, but you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Yeah, the Kobayashi Maru was a no-win scenario that Captain Kirk went through when he was young in his career, and he cheated his way through it.
Hold it there for a few seconds.
So you will get some Star Trek facts and lore from me. Isn't that exciting? Oh. Okay.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermont is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
Commander. Now go away, Ensign.
Resolute.
Go do some work. Alright. Find Commander Ermont. Looks like a ship schematic there. Probably looks like it's probably like a map where you are. Alright.
Good day, Commander.
Good day, sir. There's a ship schematic there. Probably that's the ion storm you're going through. Alright, cool, cool. Looks like a convention in here.
Remember my briefing. Commander Ermont is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Well, there's red skin, there's green skin.
Excuse me, have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Thanks.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
There he is.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermont, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander?
He's quite blue, isn't he?
Wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
It was perfectly fine. No trouble at all.
I'm glad to hear it. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
I'll do my best to live up to expectations.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
We'll just stick to the scripted book answers. We won't be a jerk or anything. Wow, look at that pretty view, huh? That's cool. Not bad looking, you know, it's decent. You know, I hope as the future comes on, you know, we'll get better and better Star Trek games. I mean, look at Star Wars. Look at those Fallen Order games. Those are fantastic.
And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed.
Uh-oh.
We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
Did you lose anyone close to you?
Too many. And to that, I'll just say, you have big shoes to fill. Listen, I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm glad you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Hostile environment? Work
Starfleet has
environment?
assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Okie dokie. Moving on. Who's this? We play as different people? Alright.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Looks pretty fried. It's kind of cool how they have you do all this.
That
Makes you feel like you're doing something.
is that.
Nice. I just fixed a shuttle. Cool. Alright. The Lower Decks. There's a TV show called The Lower Decks. It's a cartoon. I haven't really watched it. I haven't really thought about it.
I thought that thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
So you play as different characters. That's very interesting because with the Batman games, you just played as Batman. So definitely a new element to that. Let's look at this stuff real quick. What are you doing picking that up, bro?
Come on!
Oh, these are heavy when they look.
Sorry. I was doing favors, lady.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovok called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
Ah, that old warp engine sound. Hear that? Love it.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz, I was
No.
beginning to think you would be late.
Vulcan, so they can be sarcastic and a
We are
little
all
rude.
hands on deck, which means if you
But
do
they're
not
very
get to your
smart.
post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance.
Cool.
Subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary.
They don't like compliments or anything.
Right now,
Just
that
do your
entails
job and
critical
shut up.
operations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chobak.
That's her.
All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
It all comes down to us, Nelly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa.
Excuse me.
Really, dude? That was rude.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
We've been through a whole hell of a lot as a crew. They're gonna have to prove themselves before they're really one of us.
Yeah, you're right. Anyone could look serious in a clean uniform. Show me what you can do when everything's falling apart. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
Ready? Pressing along.
See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
That's a lot of choices. Definitely more frequent than the Batman games. And you're doing a lot more tasks. I'm sure we're going to have to do stuff out here.
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
Pretty cool looking. Lightning could look better, but you know, what do you expect? Definitely probably the best Star Trek game I've played to date. Just the few minutes we've been playing, I can tell you that with confidence, because There is just some that are just so cheesy and bad. The one for mobile isn't great. The Fleet Command, it's terrible.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
Alright, so now we're back to being the commander.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleons. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad
Really?
things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Pretty cool view there, huh?
Just a sip of something. Coffee.
Cool.
Perfect temperature. Don't know how they do it.
It's called computers and technology. Oh, wow, I didn't know it took your coffee away. That's cool. They never showed that in the shows.
Last time I saw you, was your graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. The only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I assume you mean the accident.
That's right. The tragic accident, really. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained
space engineering nerd talk.
Would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility.
Yeah.
It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees, as much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO. I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake.
Yeah.
Or at least I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here.
Well, you should retire anyways. You look old.
Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. I
Hmm.
imagine
Isn't that convenient?
will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
But are we prepared to embark on the mission?
As much as I'd like to think that's true, I have my doubts. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Okie dokie. Where's Jean-Luc Picard? Where's Kirk? I know.
If I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman. The best in the business.
Looks sarcastic.
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than
He's
makes in
Bajoran.
capability.
He has the
Pleasure to
earring.
meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time, and I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done.
I don't know what to say. That's incredibly flattering, thank you.
I hope someday I can follow in your footsteps.
I'm sure you will.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Oh boy.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Okay. Now we're flip-flop to these guys again.
Let's get to that
I kind of like it. I kind of like that you get to bounce around and play as different people. Oh, that's silly looking the way you're walking. Oh my God. Oh boy, how many times have we heard this in Star Trek movies and shows? I just wanted to explore the stars.
Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the Sif emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Okay.
Beginning recalibration.
Whew.
Looks good.
That was a little tough.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Really?
Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
We getting mad or something?
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
In my entire career, it's never been an issue, or caused the slightest problem. And I don't expect this to be any different.
I was just curious, that's all.
Sure you were.
Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual. I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its
there's a red light
nature,
blipping.
we can come up with a scientific countermeasure.
Do you not see that? Uh-oh. What's going on here? Something happening. Oh, oh. Oh, oh.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding. The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami. I'm reading power abnormalities all over.
Red alert!
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting. Putting sensor visualization on screen. With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
Boy. Ooh. Oh, what about them? Oh man, we got some damage to the ship. Lovely.
What happened? We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Boy. Just keeps on coming, doesn't it?
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
What if the discharge is coalesced?
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know. Energy density is down to 60%. We're almost to the regulator.
Damn it.
Carter!
That
Right.
hurt.
Do not get hit again.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
Boy, all these puzzles and crap.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, choke up.
Oh, our docking clamps are failing. And they're scratching the ship. Nice. Oh man. Well, how about it just be all destroyed? How about that? Ooh-wee.
We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. Hull vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
The option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Boy, damned if you do and damned if you don't.
We have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Chara?
Yes, sir. Disengaging the clamps.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there.
The captain made himself quite clear.
Reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
What? You just said you disengage the clamps.
Captain, I have to do this.
Define the captain already. Cool, love it.
This is Acting Captain Jara.
It's my ship.
Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
See, you'll be fine.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
There we go.
Grab my hand. I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Oh boy. Kidding me? Push, damn it. Jeez. Oh boy, here we go.
Look out!
Oh, your friend just got hit.
I got you. Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc to approach the main hull the way you came.
Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There's an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edsolar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Going there now.
Well, so much for that.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Oh boy, you better hurry up. We're gonna get electrocuted.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
You better be right behind me.
I have a feeling something's gonna happen. No, never mind. Oh, it's stuck. Great. Oh, dude, not good. Well, we'll see if she survived.
We're in.
Okay. Well, that was a dramatic mission there, huh? So we'll stop here. Just giving you a small sample, but we'll bring you more of this because it's definitely a cool Star Trek game. I love the choice-based option for this game. So really cool. But in the meantime, I'll get this out to you for your viewing pleasure, and I will see you soon.